Hey, how you doing? Warren here from Piano Lesson with Warren. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about MIDIculous, the virtual MIDI player that I use in my piano tutorials. Many of you have asked me, what is the keyboard that lights up when you play? And so this video, I want to cover the features, especially the LMV lessons that can be created with MIDIculous. And with these LMV lesson files, you have the option to slow down the video, to change the key, to create loops, and so on. MIDIculous is a very powerful software, and the good news is you can get it for free. However, if you can afford to purchase the Pro version, I highly recommend you go that route, as the Pro version has a lot of necessary features that I'm going to get into in a little bit. But before I go any further, I just want to say that I am not an affiliate for MIDIculous. I don't get anything for promoting this software. I don't get any money, any kickback, anything. I just honestly believe that this software can really help you to learn piano faster. And the lessons that I'll be creating using MIDIculous will allow you to do so. So let's take a look at MIDIculous, this amazing software. I'm going to show you my screen now. All right, guys, so this is MIDIculous. This is the free software, and this is MIDIculous Pro. And this is the one I recommend you get if you can afford it. It's just $100. It's a really good investment, and I'm going to talk about that one in a bit. But let's talk about the free version first. So a couple things that this can do. You can change the amount of octaves that you see. I like to go with the 76 keys. And what this cool program does, if you have a MIDI file, like say here is a MIDI file from one of my courses, you just drop it in this window up here, and then you hit play. And there you go. And this that is playing right now comes from my YouTube course on worship songs. I'm pulling up my browser right now. But if you go to pianolessonwithwarren.com/MIDI, you'll be able to download the MIDI files that I've made available over there for free. Just pull up my website right here, /MIDI. While that's loading, let me just talk about a few features that you can do with this. So once you have the MIDI file now, and it's playing, you can change the pitch to any key you want. So right now, I just made it down a half step, and you can learn the chords in other key. 5 half steps. It's pretty cool. Let's put it back down here. Another cool feature you can do with the MIDIculous is slow it down. So if I really want to see what's going on at the slowest pace, right here you're seeing the chords. This is the main chords of what I'm playing. And down here is supposed to be like different versions or I guess altered chords of what the program is interpreting, but I generally ignore this section of it. Just focus up here. Here is usually generally pretty accurate. Another cool thing that you can do, and just back this up a little bit. What if I'm going to put the speed back up to 100 or so. What if I want to grab that chord right there? So I'm just going to pull this back up. And I'm going to hit I on my keyboard, which is in. There we go, and O for out. And that creates a loop point right there. Then I go over to my loop window, which is here. Double click on this, and the loop starts to play. See? So I can see exactly what that chord is going. And those runs a little quick, so what we're going to do is just slow it down over here. Just going to grab, see exactly what those notes are. Even slower, 26%. There you go. And that's how you can rip all sorts of runs and chords that I use in my tutorial. To get rid of this loop, all you got to do is highlight it and hit the delete. I'm on a Macintosh computer, so I guess you probably use backspace on Windows. I'm not sure. So go back to over this section, highlight that. I can obviously change the entire speed for the entire track. And I can change the key. You can also do that up here. You can change the tempo by just typing it in. You can change the key. You can change the mode, major, minor, but this isn't a major key, so we keep that like that. And you can also change the key right here also. If you don't want to do it by semitones or half steps, you can just pick the key that you want the MIDI to be transposed into. And that's basically what a MIDIculous does. And so on my website, if you go to pianolessonwithwarren.com/MIDI, I have made four of my videos here, the MIDI files for the entire videos. And I'll continue to update this with other YouTube videos. So if you watch a particular video and you go like, man, I would really love to learn those licks, those chords, you can just come here and download it. It's completely free. And you can download MIDIculous for free, and you can learn it that way. All you got to do is go to MIDIculous.com. Just pull that up right here. You see it says free download. You click on that and you scroll down, it tells you a little bit, but here you go. Completely free. This is where I got it. I paid for it. I actually got it when it was on sale, so I paid like 50 bucks. And they tend to run sales from time to time, but even if it was the 100 bucks, I would have still bought it because, again, I mean, for one, this is how I teach you guys on YouTube using this software. And so I would highly recommend you get it. And I'm going to show you right now what you can do with the Pro version. All right, so I'm going to close out this and I'm going to pull up the Pro version. So you see how bigger it is? You can change, you can detach the keys. So for example, if you want to close that out and just have the keyboard, you can change it. Another thing I forgot to show you guys with the free version, and I'm just going to pull up the free version real quick and drag back this MIDI file in here. If you notice the piano sound is kind of crappy, that's because it's a MIDI generated piano sound, you know. So what you can do, if you have third-party piano programs on your computer, virtual pianos, you know, like you know, the Addictive Keys or the Alicia Keys or whatever piano program you have on your computer, you can use that sound with MIDIculous. All you got to do, so the sound that you're hearing is being generated by this acoustic grand right here. all you gotta do, and if you want to change sound, look at, you can anyway, to get that sound, you go to the V right here and go for scan AU instrument. And right now it's scanning for plugins, and it satisfying the addictive keys piano, which is what I use in my tutorials. Go back to the V, then you go to use AU instrument, and I scroll down to addictive keys, and this is my addictive keys right here. I love the sound of this. They even have some cool EP, and I'm using the Studio Grand. So now when I hit play, so that's addictive keys right there. So I just wanted to show you guys that if you have that sort of third program piano installed on your computer, you can use it with MIDIculous. You can also do the same thing with the Pro version. And you go to the same place right here. This time you hit this little wrench, scanning for plugins, okay. And then I go back to that little wrench, go to use addictive keys, and there you go. So now that's addictive keys you're hearing. If I drag this MIDI file in here, now I'm just going to get rid of this MIDI file by going up here and go to remove lesson. The cool feature about the MIDIculous Pro version, and this is the only reason I recommend you guys buy this program. I just learned about this feature about a month ago, and it has something up here called LMV and LMS lessons, and I'm going to show you what this is. I have created some LMV lessons, and I'm going to drag it in here. And what the LMV lesson is, it's a video comprised, a video combined with MIDI, combined with audio that I've created using the MIDIculous program here. And what that does, that enables you to slow down the video recording and also slow down the MIDI along with it. And it's loading, it's loading right now. And when you drag the LMV lesson file into the MIDIculous Pro, it takes about, I want to say, 40 seconds or so to load. It takes a little bit, and that's because, for one, that's a 25 minutes LMV lesson file that I created, and it has to read audio and MIDI and video and synchronize all of that to play together. So it takes about 40 minutes to load. So I'm going to skip a little ahead so you can see what everything looks like. All right, so here we go. Now the LMV file is loaded. Check this out. The water is wide. So now you're no longer just seeing the MIDI. You can hear my voice. Not only that, you have video. I cannot cross over. Then, and a neater eye. See that? So you see that with the LMV file now and MIDIculous Pro, you can have my tutorials available to load into this thing that gives you all the features of slowing down, speeding up, changing keys, and all that thing. So what if I wanted to, say, rewind that a little bit and review it slowly? I just come down to here and hit the speed button. Instead of doing 26%, see that? It should have been a 251 going
a 6, a 2.
It kind of made me sound like a ghost, but that's because the MIDIculous is not only just reading the MIDI, it's reading the audio, and obviously when you slow down audio, the pitch is going to drop. But that's not the most important thing. If you notice, the piano audio or the piano MIDI generated audio still stays in the key that it's in. So you could ignore the voice part. And the reason why the LMV file works great for this is because you want to be able to see my fingers so you can use the same fingering that I'm using. And this is the only difference why I recommend the Pro over the free version, because the free version doesn't give you the fingering. Now, if you want to use your own fingering, that's fine. But there's some runs and stuff that I do that if you're not sure what's the most appropriate fingering to use, this is when the LMV file comes in handy. The LMV file comes in handy. Not only that, but you also get to hear my voice coaching you as to what I'm doing. You can't get that with the free version because you can't use the LMV lessons with the free version. It doesn't work. The free version only uses MIDI. This used MIDI and it used the LMV lesson files. And this file is something I created. It requires a lot of synchronization. I needed to use Logic, and I even use Adobe to really get this work. So it took some time for me to figure out how to set up the audio and the MIDI and everything lined up. But the good news is that you don't have to worry about that. If you've already purchased this course, which is the secret to passing chords, I will be sending you this LMV file. So just look out for an email. If you have not purchased this file, this course yet, and you're interested in purchasing it, when you do, you will get a zip file containing the MP4 video and the LMV lessons, and also a MIDI file. So if you want to use the free version, MIDIculous, you can do so. Now let's take just take a look at some other stuff that the Pro version can do. So we know we can slow down. Let's put that back up here. 100%. Substitute the A7 with the tritone. Again, the tritone is just an augmented fourth. 3 whole steps. So I can change pitch.
And now I'm playing E flat 7, but I'm playing the flat 9th. Why am I using a flat 9th? Because of the melody. The melody is...
Now because I changed the pitch, the MIDI obviously is going to change to match, but the video won't, because you can't alter a video like that once it's been printed. So if you want to mess with changing the keys, all you can do is change the view. Up here's where you change the view. So if you want to get rid of the video and just have the MIDI playing, you can do that.
So I can go.
I'm just going to move that from sustain. I noticed the keys were lasting longer. That's because the setting was on sustain. And how I get to this little setting here is by right-clicking on the keys, and you can change the display from sharps or flats and so on to solfeggio. I usually you can even change the keys. Check this out. CGI keys. See how that looks? Pretty cool.
The wings to...
But I like the real keys, so I go with that. And to change it from sustain, all you gotta do is go to default. Actually, it's still in sustain now. You need to go to... okay, I just clicked on sustain to disable it. So now once I play, the keys won't sustain. So you see how cool that feature is. So if you don't want the lights on the keys to disappear, you need to right-click, go to sustain, and it holds the keys longer. So we'll just bring up this so you see exactly.
Another 2/5 passing.
You see, even after I've released the keys in the video, the MIDI is still holding, and it will hold the position of the chord until I play another chord. See that? Actually, let me just put this back in the right key so you guys can really see what I'm doing. So you see, it's holding the chords if I want until I can substitute this E7. So all this stuff you can do with the Pro version, you cannot do with the free version. And this is why this program is so powerful for you guys out there who wants to learn these chords that I'm doing, wants to learn the run. You can just boom, right click, go sustain, and it really holds the chord for longer. I'm going to take off the sustain. Again, I am not an affiliate for these guys. I don't get any money for promoting this. I don't get anything from them. They don't even know who I am. I came across this program a couple of years ago, and I'm just amazed the things that I can do with it. Very user-friendly interface. It's also available for both Windows and Mac. So if you go here, I'm just clicking at the free, you go to specifications, specifications. See, Windows, Vista, or higher. So if you got a Windows Vista computer or a higher version, you can get it for that. Obviously, Mac OS 10.7 and higher. So it's pretty cool. Really, really powerful software, guys. And so to make things easier for you guys, to make the process of learning faster, more efficient, I am going to create LMV lessons for my paid tutorials. So when you buy a tutorial, you will not only get the MP3 for video, you will get the file looking like this over here called LMV. And MIDIculous is the only software I know that can play LMV files because it was created right here in MIDIculous. So when I click on LMV, what I drop here is a video file, and I drop the MIDI file here, click create, and it merges that and give me this. But first, you need to make sure your MIDI is synchronized with your audio and a bunch of stuff. And you wouldn't have to worry about creating the file. You'll already be getting the file once you purchase this course. So this is it, guys. This is what MIDIculous is all about. For those of you who have been asking me where I got the software, what can it do, this is what it can do. Obviously, once I load it into Premiere Pro, I use the crop feature to get rid of these things, you know. So that's how I get it sitting on top of my other keyboard, nice and lined up. Let's see. Let's take a look at the loop feature. So right here it says punch in, punch out. This is how you can loop just a small section and have it just running when you change, while you can change the pitch, change the speed, and so on. So let me just back this up right here. Again, you can also create loops by using the I and O button keys on your keyboard. And the I is for in, the O is for out. So I hit play, and then I hit the I. But if I want, I can substitute this E7 flat 5 with its tritone. What would the tritone be? It would be B flat, yeah? And so I can go, wings to fly, give me a bow. Then I hit the O, see? And I just created a loop. So see, my loops create right here. When I hit this right here, this little circle, this is a loop. It brings up and highlight the entire section. Now I double click on where I created the loop, and now my loop will start there. So when I hit start, but only that yellow section I can will be highlighted. This E7, and it will just keep looping that section with its tritone. What would the tritone be? It would be B flat, yeah? And so I can go wings to, see, but so it's just looping that section, and then, you know, you can pitch it down, pitch it up, slow it down, and so on. Another thing I wanted to show you is that there are two volume knobs when you're working with the LMV lessons. One that controls the MIDI sound piano, and one that controls my voice. So you need to go back to this view right here. And this up here, where the addictive keys, that's what controls the piano volume. I'm just going to delete this loop for now. If I hit play, all the way down, piano sounds muted. All the way up,
I cannot cross. So
I want to get rid of my voice for a bit, then I just turn that down. See that? Can turn it all the way down and just listen to the piano. I want to get my voice back in, turn it up, which would have been a 2/5, 1 going to 6, a 2/5. And up here, you see you can mess with the different type of view. You can do it like that too. If you want to just get rid of that and use the video itself, you can do that. Really cool, really cool, really cool. Here, you can change with the view. Don't know why anyone would want the smaller view. I like the big view. I can't wait until they get the 1440 1080 activated, so I can fill the entire screen with it. So this is it, guys. This is what the MIDIculous Pro is all about. Again, this is going for $100. And if you're serious about piano, you really want to be able to see the stuff that I'm doing chords wise and with scales, just bite the bullet, spend $100. It's a good investment in your education. Again, I'm not promoting this on behalf of them. I don't get anything from them to promote this. I am here to help you guys improve your skills, and so I'm constantly looking for different ways of how I can transmit my message and my teaching and tutorials to you guys better and cheaper. Unfortunately, I can't give you everything. So if you need the software, you can get the free version. But as you can see, it's only limited to MIDI files. The Pro version does MIDI and it does LMV. And I will create LMV lessons only for my paid tutorials because it takes time to create those files. And I will only be doing that for my paid tutorials. However, you can't afford MIDIculous Pro and you want to do the free version, you can do that. And you can still learn a lot and have some fun with my YouTube videos. I'm making those free and available. So for these videos, especially this one, I did a lot of chord substitution stuff. I know you guys, a lot of you guys have been asking me about the chords I'm using, and they say, hey, can you redo the song with those chords in C? This is why you need either the Pro or the free version. You'll be able to download this MIDI file, set it to the key of C, and learn all these licks and chords in the key of C or whatever you want. So this is what I wanted to show you guys today. Check it out. If you have any question, I'm always here. Leave me a comment below this video what you think about MIDIculous, if you've worked with it before, if you want to learn more about this. You know, I've been using it for a while, so I'm pretty versed with the settings, and I use it as you can see in all my videos. So yeah, this is MIDIculous, guys. Go check it out. If you want to test it first, just get the free version, download some of my MIDI files and play around with it. But if you want the LMV lessons, you got to go Pro. You got to go Pro because that's the only version it works with. For you guys who have already purchased this course, I'll be sending you these LMV files for free. So check out your emails for that. If you're about to purchase this course, don't worry. You will receive this as soon as you purchased, along with the MP4 video file. So until then, keep singing, keep practicing, and keep listening. And I'll see you soon. Take care.